This is why you don't need to know the how. You just need to believe, because the how is the ego's attempt at controlling the situation. It's saying, I don't trust the unseen. I'm going to tell you a couple stories. So I go to this little town, and I've, been a healer for several years, which many of you know this if you've followed me for a long time. And so I'm going to this one city, and I'm staying at my friend's house. I arrive, I've been there for a couple of minutes, and I stay in the basement suite when I go to her house. So she's like, hey, comes downstairs and is like, hey, there's some guy that's here for you. And I'm like, that there shouldn't be. This is weird. And she's like, he has your name and he has the address. He's looking for Michelle and he has my address. And I'm like, okay, I didn't arrange this, but you can send him around, because I'm like, this is the weirdest thing ever. And I'm thinking like, I didn't even know what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking this is not possible, but maybe like a friend has like known I'm coming here. And anyways, this man comes around, comes to the back door. Never seen this man before. I'm not who he's looking for, but he has my name and the address I'm staying at. Keep in mind, I've been in this town now at her house for about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Long story short, he's not doing well. His son has passed away a couple weeks earlier. He is on the verge of, I don't even need to be here anymore. Why would I be here? He's a desperate man. I take him around back. I'm like, hey, I can probably help you. I have a feeling that this is why you're here. So we go around, we sit at the little picnic table in the backyard for probably 30 minutes. I do a little thing with him. He feels better, gives me money, and leaves. And so it's a little while later that I'm thinking, obviously, what just happened wasn't possible. What he was doing was he was going to meet a woman who he had never met before, but he was going to go meet a woman for sex. That was what he was doing, was hoping, oh, this is going to help him in some way. And he ends up with my name and my address that I'm staying at. So did this person he was talking to even exist? Never, I'll never know. But what I do know is that he needed help. I guarantee you he had asked for help, and it was given to him in this form. So we don't need to know the how, because what happened there was not possible, but it happened. I live here in Sedona, and so I met a woman yesterday, Jamie. So wonderful. What a great woman. She tells me she was instructed by the divine, and she's only had this spiritual nature really in her life for the last year and a half. She's probably about my age, and had this really profound awakening happen. And so she now listens to the divine. So she was told, to break up with this man who she really loved and who was really, really good to her, but was told she needed to break up with him and that she needed to move to Sedona. So she moves to Sedona, $200 in her pocket in a tent. And she had been here for about 5 days when all of a sudden it comes about that there's this retreat center that needs help and that they need somebody to stay there so that they can have these things, accomplished on the retreat grounds. And so she is now given a place to stay. When she arrived here, did she think that that was going to happen? She didn't know, but she knew that she needed to be here, and she knew that she would be provided for, and she didn't know how. But it happened. So sometimes we are told things and it makes absolutely no logical sense, and we really don't even have the means or a way to accomplish or to do or to receive or to any of those things. And so our ego is going to say, oh, no, 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 this isn't going to work out. Remember last time? Remember this? Remember that? And it will talk you out of taking divine action that you know that you're supposed to take. And if you don't take it, there will be consequences that come. And I'm not saying that this is a punishment, But if you are living in the vibration, it's not a punishment. What it is a reflection of your own vibration. And so if you are living in the vibration of doubt, you're going to receive things that are going to solidify that belief in you, even though that's not what's actually available to you. But when you put your faith in that, and when you believe in that, in the doubt, rather than what it is that you want, you're going to get it. You're going to sprout it. So think about a seed. Do you guys know what a seed is? What it actually is, right? You can plant this tiny little seed in the ground, and then at some point you end up with this mighty oak tree. Where'd all the wood come from? Where'd the leaves come from? Where did all that foliage come from? How did it come out of this tiny little thing? I have another story I'm going to tell you. What this seed is the knowledge of what it will become. And it has such conviction in knowing what it is. Oh, I'm a mighty oak seed. Oh, I'm a mustard seed. Oh, I'm a carrot seed. It knows what it is, so much so that it becomes it. I was up at my cabin. I've had this profound enlightenment come through, of course, from studying the Christ letters. Read it, listen to it for free online if you haven't yet. It will speak every ounce, every word in here will speak to your soul, and you will know that it is the truth. So I'm up at my cabin. The study of this for years has now led to me cleansing my mind, which is why I made the Mental Cleanse series, so that anyone else who's studying this has the means to be able to actually do what is asked of you in here. And through that, I got rid of everything. And so I was only emitting life-giving consciousness, meaning I was everything that I'm looking at. It's filled with love. I'm giving love to it. Only positive, high vibrational life force energy, because I got rid of all the things that weren't, because I understood. I changed my perspective about certain things and understood fully what was really happening, and saw that everything really was working for love, for my own benefit. So I'm walking down this path, which I would walk, every day. And I'm up at my cabin. So this is a place that is very secluded. There's no Wi-Fi signal. There's barely any people that are up there. If I saw a person, it might be the man at the store who I intended to go and say hi to, or it might be this older man who would sometimes sit at the end of his driveway, and then he would see me as I was walking back from a walk in the woods or wherever I was going, and might, speak to this man. But besides that, it's just me up there. You're not running into people. So as I'm walking down this one particular path, every day I'm going and I am with my mind. I am throwing seeds, blueberry seeds on the ground. And as I'm doing this, throwing my invisible seeds every day, I'm like, oh man, we are going to have so many blueberries this year. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy how many blueberries we have this year. And I am so convinced of this, because I have absolutely no doubt, that I'm telling the man at the store when I go, I was like, dude, we are going to have so many blueberries this year. It's going to be insane. Anyway, so this is June. I leave for a couple months and come back, and it happens to be blueberry season. And as I'm walking down the path where I was sprinkling my invisible seeds, it is completely blue. It is completely blue. It is shockingly obvious that it was only in this particular area that kind of went out and curved around, that it is only in this particular area that is chock full, completely packed with blueberries. All these things honestly make me want to cry, because if you have not experienced something like this in your life, you are missing out on the mystical, magical, spiritual experiences that you could be having while you're here. And the only reason that you would be missing out on it is because of the doubt that you have within you, because of the lack of faith, because, well, I haven't seen anything like this before, so, I don't know about it. It is literally the lack of faith. And this was what Christ was teaching, was purely about belief and faith. And like all of his teachings, if he wasn't teaching about reaping and sowing, he was talking about having faith, and it wasn't in him. He didn't say, you got to believe in me. Go look it up. Does it say that one time in that Bible back there that you need to believe in me? He never said that. He said, you need to believe. Now, when he would perform his miracles and he would go and heal people, just like I have experienced since this enlightenment came through, I understood, because he teaches it perfectly, how he did this in there. And when you cleanse yourself of everything that is low vibrational, everything that is not loving, all that you're left with is the knowledge of what that love is really about. And you know so profoundly that there is nothing that it cannot do. And so it is people's doubt that keeps them sick. It is their doubt that causes all kinds of problems in their life, because some people will think, oh, well, I don't doubt that the divine can do that, but I doubt that it can happen for me. Right? Or I believe that it can happen for these people, but they're probably worthy of that, but not me. And it is that doubt, it is that lack, it is that perceived separation, thinking that I am separate than that. I am something that is not that. And it is that belief of believing that we are not that love that causes all kinds of suffering. But I was shown what happened. So in the beginning, it's like there was this little ball of light that was just pure love. And as it explodes, everything, including you and me, came from that. And therefore we are made of that and only that. And so we could be nothing other than what that is. But it is our ego while we're here on earth. It is that perceived separation that we aren't that we are. But it's our belief that we aren't that causes all of our suffering. And it's because we've forgotten. We have deeply forgotten, but this was also done by design. This was done by design so that we can rediscover, so that we can find a deeper and more powerful faith within ourselves. So if you are suffering in any way, I would encourage you to look at the mind. And what is it that your mind is telling you about that suffering? Oh, this always happens. Oh, here we go again. Oh, this, doesn't happen for me. It only happens for other people. Whatever that loop that you tell yourself, that you maybe didn't even notice that you're telling yourself, whatever that loop is that you're telling yourself that is low vibe, that is not helping you in any way, what you have done is believed in it. You've put your faith in that, not in the pure love of the divine. And the only reason why we would do this is because we haven't experienced that full love. Because once you've really touched it, once you've really experienced it, you can't unknow it. And you know it so deeply that you understand everything about it. Now, I know Christ, he gives this example in this beautiful book. And he's talking about his experience, what the knowledge that he got. And he's comparing it to a mountain. And he's like, I can tell you about that mountain. I can describe for you the waterfalls and the trees and the birds and the flowers and the smells and the scents and the ground and the valleys and the peaks. I can describe for you all of these things, and you can, from your own perception, imagine it. He's like, but you won't know it like I know it. Think of a really precious place that you've been to and that you know really well. And even if you describe that place to somebody else, they don't know it like you know it. So my encouragement for you is to study this so that you don't just need to take other people's teachings and experience from it, but that you can become a teacher of it because you will have lived it. And I would encourage you, if you haven't already, to make that mental cleanse series, the mental cleanse series. Now, this is available on YouTube. This is also available on medicinegarden.tv as the full series. There's 40 videos on there. And what it is it is helping you to systematically clean out the low vibrational clutter and trash from your past, from your mind. Because as long as we drag that around, it's like we got a knapsack and we're dragging it around with us, it makes it hard to move forward, right? It makes our steps heavy. And we have to be, when we gain this enlightenment, it is called the illumination for a reason, because it is actual light, and our body, our physical body, becomes actually lighter, because all of the dense, heavy things like hatred, anger, resentment, malice, all of these things weigh heavy in the body and in the mind and in the heart. And as long as those things are present, then that full love can't be present, because it's always in us. But if it's not at 100%, then we're going to put our faith and we're going to put our belief in those. Well, I deserve to be angry at that person. I deserve to be resentful towards that person. I deserve to be hateful towards that person, and that's fine. You can continue along that path forever. There's no rules saying that you can't. But for your own benefit and for theirs, to alleviate that from your energetic system, it is instantly lighter, feeling like, oh, wow, I really, truly let something go, because you literally let it go out of your energy system and you're no longer carrying it. So what can come in that place where that energy was before? More light. And think about light. It is very expansive. I remember going and watching when that full eclipse happened, maybe like a year and a half or 2 years ago, or whenever that was. And I went to the place where you could take off your glasses and you could stare at it for 4 minutes, because it was actually in the very center line that it was like, here's the place to go. So I drove to the middle of Missouri into a little small town up on the grass next to a gas station, coffee shop, or whatever that place was, laying on the side of the hill, and experienced this. And I had a couple friends that told me, oh, you need to do that. If you've never gone to see a full eclipse right at the place where it's full, where you can take off your glasses, you need to do it, because it'll change your life. And I understand. Now, I don't know what they got from it, but I know what I got from it. Glasses are off. I'm seeing this like crystal cube kind of off the side of the sun. But what was the most amazing thing was that the second that the sun moved over just the teensiest little bit, so it was now no longer at 100%, the entire sky lit up as if it was the middle of day. It did not matter that 99% of the sun was covered up, because that one little percent, that light that was there, made the whole sky bright. It was just like, oh, daylight came back. Just like that. This is what I am saying about the light. It is so bright, it is so expansive, that when you have that in your system, it literally changes the actual world around you. It makes it brighter because of you. And having all that darkness within yourself is like, it's like the moon that was up there covering the sun. It's like, that's the resentment, that's the anger, that's the this, that's the that. This is all the low vibrational things trying to hide that light that you are. But the thing is, it can try all at once. And even if you get rid of some of it, you are now so much lighter. You'll feel it, you'll know. And that alone will be the motivation to keep going, because we don't need to be blocked at all. We don't need the moon in front of us. We are the bright, shiny sun. We don't need an ounce of it there. It doesn't even need to meet us in the sky. But that happens sometimes, right? Sometimes we are so covered up by the moon that we can't even see our own light. We forget that it's even there. We don't even know that it exists, because everything is dark. But this is a necessary part of the process, because once you get to the light, which you're going to get to the light, and it's happening very quickly. And once you get to that, you're going to understand like, oh, I did need that. I did need that. I got too comfortable where I was at. I wasn't being thoughtful about my life. I was systematically programmed and I was just running on this particular program until I was stopped. And so, you hear that thing, the dark night of the soul. I would say every enlightened master had to go through that. And it was that was the means that got them to the light, that got them to their mastery. So it was a necessary part of the process. So if you are going through something and you're just thinking like, okay, well, divine is telling me this because people are getting downloads like crazy. Man, everyone that I'm meeting is my people. Everybody that I'm meeting, I meet with people to have meetings to see if they want to, be on my network, medicinegarden.tv, and host symposiums on there. Or I meet people here around Sedona, and all of them are like, oh, finally I'm meeting, a like-minded person. And all I do all day long is meet these like-minded people because I have magnetized them to myself because I believe that that's what happens to me. And because I believe it so deeply, I get proof of it every time I meet with someone. So I would encourage you to look at every belief that you have, every belief that is blocking you, every belief that is stopping you, every belief that you are currently living that you didn't even realize you're living because it's a belief that you have. Maybe there's a belief of struggle. Maybe there's a belief of loneliness. Maybe there's a belief, I don't know, but you know. And when you can search and when you can find why that's there, you'll have a list of reasons, right? You could write, well, I believe this because this has happened to me before. I believe this because I've never known any other way. I believe this because, and you can come up with all the list of reasons, but none of these matter. But when you can know the why that they're there, then you can begin to eliminate them and be like, oh, it's because this person said that thing to me. Oh, it's because of this or that. And then you can go and you can use the mental cleanse series and find the specific topic, the specific thing that you need to work on and let go of, and it will guide you through. It is my voice guiding you through the process of let's bring this up. Let's find where it came from. Okay, now we're going to let it go. This is how we're going to do it. I'm walking you through these little steps. And so what it's doing is it's going to train your mind, your subconscious, to know how to get rid of things. So eventually you're not going to need that series. You'll be able to go lay down in your bed like I did. I would do this every day. Oh, I'm having an emotion, I'm having something come up, and I know that I need to deal with it. My ego is talking, and my ego is not allowed to do this anymore. So I would go in, I would take the emotion, I would find the feeling, I would follow it back, I would heal whatever happened to be there. And then I would do it again the next day, and I would do it again the next day. And yes, it's work, and yes, it's worth it. And eventually you get to the point where you don't need to do that every day because everything is gone, everything is cleansed, and then you can just do it when bigger things come up. And it's a continual process of reminding yourself why you're doing what you're doing. And it's a continuous process of letting go of the how and just knowing that if you're told something needs to happen and you need to do something, even though how is that possible? I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I know I'm being told that very adamantly. You don't need to know the how. That man didn't need to know the how when he just arrived at my house with my name and my address, and I helped him. This woman didn't need to know how she would be taken care of and provided for. She was told that she would be, and oh, she was tested when she ended up staying 5 days in a tent. But it didn't even take a week for her to have this beautiful opportunity of a home and a place and people connected to that because she was told she needed to do it. How did those blueberry seeds sprout? Because I believed that they would. It was all belief. And I wasn't told to go start sprinkling the seeds. I was just walking down the path and I'm like, oh, and it just came to me. So I probably was actually told to do this. But I just was joyfully walking down the path and like, oh, sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, we are going to have so many blueberries. Holy, I have put so many seeds here. And so what I also understood was how the earth works. And if you have faith, just like when Jesus produced the loaves and the fishes in excess amounts, right? He had a little basket. His kid brings up to him the basket of loaves and fishes. Hey, I have this food, but we have thousands of people to feed. And he prayed and he did not know the how, but he knew the laws And he knew the love. And so he knew that the people would be provided for. And so he said, okay, I bless the baskets, go start hanging them out. And they had excess food left over at the end. He didn't pull any magic tricks. He wasn't like abracadabra, fish and bread, whatever. No. It was the love of the divine and his faith and his belief that he had in it without any doubt, because he had experienced it, and so he knew that he would be provided for and the people would be fed. And that's exactly what happened. When people would come to him for healing, did he know what he was going to say? I have experienced this as well. Talking with a man expelling demons, it was like, oh, I see these demons in him. Okay, well, we have to expel this stuff. I didn't know how to do this, so I just said, okay, well, you'll do it. And I started speaking light language, and I could feel them getting really amped up. And then all of a sudden, I showed them the light, and they just remembered. And they too set themselves free and went back to the light, just like that. I didn't know how to do this. But the divine provided. I wasn't even speaking English. And you know what? I wouldn't have had to even speak, because now when I look, I can be transmitting this information just through my eyes. And it is energetically being received by the person that needs it, because I don't have to do anything, and I never did in the first place. It was always the divine love. So I encourage you, whatever you're dealing with, because you're still listening to this, that you've been told to do something, but you attach some kind of fear. You didn't, your ego did. Your soul certainly didn't do that. You attach some certain type of fear because you didn't have the how filled out. And so you haven't done it. And you know that you need to. And this is the act of faith that you have to take that will be greatly rewarded, because that's how it works. And when you believe and you know, like I believe and I know, that you will be provided for, that there is nothing that love cannot do for you. There's nothing it cannot do for you. When you know this, and when you practice this, and when you believe in this, when you believe in the invisible, and know that you've already planted the seed of what it is that you want and what it is that you need, and that it's already on its way to you, you will be provided for. We never need to know the how. We only need to have the belief and the faith. This is what I have for you guys. So I hold spiritual circles, and we do this once a week. We meet on Sundays, 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time and Arizona time. And we meet for about an hour online. You can get the link at therealhealinginstitute.com. It's the very first link up at the top. There's a community of us. We are all like-minded people. We come together in community. We share with each other. But what we do is we'll start off with a couple-minute meditation, but I will channel some type of message that will be deep and meaningful for every single person that is there. I will then tune in and I'll do a personal energy read for you. I can see energy. And so I can even see someone who's, am I supposed to say this? Okay, so I can see somebody on this call right now. And it's almost, there's this squiggly energy cord that's going down. It almost looks like a phone, like an old phone. You know what I'm talking about. The thing that used to hook up to your phone cord. And it's green. And what is this about? Okay, so I'm seeing that it's hooked from your mind kind of down into your gut. And it is this signal that is constantly running doubt. And it goes from mind down to gut. And the gut is like agreeing with the mind. And this is not helpful. This is not helpful at all. Why is this here? Okay, you signed up for it. It was a contract that you had with yourself that you were going to work on doubt in this life. And so you wanted to make it very difficult for yourself. Why would you want to do that? Because the rewards are greater. Okay. So why are you showing me this? Okay, so I'm seeing that there's a thread that kind of goes through the middle of it, and it's just this white light. And from you just listening here today, you're considering and you're contemplating something you've never contemplated before, and it is already starting to soften because it was pretty thick and extreme, and I can see that it's already kind of expanding and just becoming lighter where that cord was, and lighter and lighter. And then that cord, the line, the string, the energy cord that was white that was in the middle is becoming more powerful than that cord was. Okay, so take a deep breath and just feel into your gut right now. And that feeling that used to be there feels a little different now, doesn't it? It's softer. This is also going to affect your actual physical digestion in your body in a very positive way. You're going to notice that within, you might already notice it now, and if not, within a couple hours. Okay, and they also want to tell me something about toenail polish. What about toenail polish? Okay, so they're showing this as a, obviously this isn't going to apply to everybody on here. They're showing that this is a dampener. So do I need to go and take off my nail polish? Dang it. Okay, so I knew this about fingernails. Our hair is a receptor. Our fingernails are as well. And so I'm seeing when there is polish, so they're showing me like kind of heavy, chunky, thick gel polish. When that's on there, it's like you can't receive in these places. So if I had it on my fingernails, I can't receive information in those places because it's almost like a black little energetic block. Trust me, I love fingernails, man. I used to do them forever. I had nails for 20 years. And then I was told, and now I don't have them anymore. So nail polish, something to contemplate, something to consider. Anything else you want to tell me? No, so I just want to invite you to my spiritual circles. Join us. And everybody who shows up for the first time is a first timer, and everyone is so welcoming and kind. And you just pop on there, and we all talk to each other. And it's a really great and wonderful place for community and to have your spirit uplifted, because energetically, when we all come together, we're all bringing our high vibes, and man, you can feel it on the calls that you're like, whoo, I just feel really good. Like you literally, you can see it in everybody's faces, and everybody speaks about it. You feel it. It's high vibe. So I just want to invite you guys to that. Anyways, love you guys so much. Take care. If you have not read the Christ letters yet, get it. Get it. Listen to it. You can listen to it for free on YouTube. Just listen the Christ letters, and it has a picture of Christ's face. It changes your consciousness just by listening to it. It is actual Christ consciousness frequency, and it will help you to understand why your life is the way that it is. He so eloquently puts things across that you might know these things, but how they are put across, the wording that is in there, sinks it deep into your cells and allows you to hear this in a new way and shift the perspectives that you have. It is the truth. It is the way. It is life. And I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in here. If you found me, welcome. If you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do. I have so much content on here, many Christ letters, teachings, and the Mental Cleanse series, like I mentioned, which is extremely helpful. Also, me and my friend Jared are making a workshop, which you will be able to find those videos on there as well. Love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.